I have always been slow at starting at things. You know, my mother used to love telling those stories. It takes you a long time to get used to something. Well, that's because I usually quit before I get the chance to stay long enough to like things. But as an example, I think a lot of kids are like this. I don't want to go to summer camp. It's horrible. Day 3, I love summer camp. I don't want to leave. I'm kind of like that with a lot of things, including making videos on social media, because it isn't interesting at first. It's hard, and you don't do anywhere near as nice as the videos of other people that you watch. And you have, I got 12 followers today. I've never gotten 12 in one day. But, yeah, it's fair. I'm still not trying. The thing is, once you start to get into it, I find, I want to talk to the camera all day long. I was lonely. I moved from the big city of Toronto with quite a good social gathering of real people, not online people, or both, as the case may be. And then I moved out to a farm in the mountains, half an hour away from the town and a restaurant. So it's been an adjustment. And I will say, I haven't turned to the horse for comfort, because I still think that would be wrong. But I do like to say hello every day. And she comes out, I'm going to say, to greet me. Hello! Yeah. Still haven't brought you an apple. Lauren eats them all. Well, amazing apple pie, so I can't complain. So, now, I've got the frustration. I don't know if it's recording audio. Now I've got the frustration that I want to talk to the camera all the time, but I don't want to be bad at it like I am here. Forgetting things mid-sentence, not really having a plan. You can tell the difference between a radio disc jockey and somebody who calls in. They both think they're funny, but only one is. Yeah, I remember whenever I called into a radio station, I'd clam up and... But in advance, I'd think I was going to be great. And my life kind of turned out that way. All the things I thought I'd be good at, but avoided, when I actually started doing them, I sucked. And when I suck at something, I stop. I was kind of brought up in my head to be perfect. And if I couldn't be, then why am I doing it? Why not get somebody who is perfect to do it for you? So that's a tough place to start. Because I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not going to be close to perfect. And if I want to be if I want to be perfect, it's going to require effort and me not being perfect for quite a while. So I think about it, and what do I gain by having followers? Let's just say I got 1,000 followers. Okay, that's a nice number. I could probably still reply to most of the messages if I had 1,000 followers. Probably. Maybe. Unfortunately, a lot of those would be fake followers because the internet is filled with fakes. I had a blog about this a while ago. The people who make... I take offense to that. Something about these colors. The people who make the most money off of spam are the companies that sell the software to do spamming. We've got a mailing list. We've got a server. You need it. And people believe it, and they send out 100,000 messages, offend everyone, and never make a sale again. That's not what I was talking about. Let's see if it follows me. I don't think I had to dance for it. Dance, monkey boy! So, it started with dating sites like Ashley Madison. Big news story. Ashley Madison got hacked and customer data exposed. And wouldn't you know it, there were hardly any customers. More than 70% of the accounts were fakes, either just by, for whatever reason people want to be fake on Ashley Madison, which was a sensitive site, but a lot of it was Ashley Madison. They bought thousands of fake accounts because nobody wants to be first at a party. And if you go to a dating site and there's 15 women on it, chances are 12 of them aren't your style. And the others say, I'm not dating you, you wear too much orange. So Ashley Madison had to apologize and post on their site. By clicking here, you agree to our terms of service and you understand that it's all fake. They have to say that. It's not worded that way, but it's pretty close. Many of the profiles are not real people. So, what's the point? I mean, it's already extremely depressing to go on a dating site as someone like me, because I know nobody's going to respond to me. I probably sound like a dork in my messages. I don't have that kind of social skill. But now, I'm undecided. All of the non-responses are no longer rejections. They're just fake accounts. Huh. I feel much better. Not really. The thing is, if you're going to go on a dating site, you got to pick one of the big ones, of which there are 4 or 5. The ones people talk about, Bumble. That's it. Plenty of fish. There's others. I don't spend a lot of time on them. And then there's 6,000 websites that just bought the WordPress plugin to run a dating site, complete with 9,000 fake profiles. And that's where the deceptions come that are really frustrating. Because you don't get to do anything without paying. And here's what I hate. You log onto a site. I've done this. Log onto a website. Don't put a profile pic. Don't put a name. Don't put a city. By the time you click enter, you got 5 messages from women saying, ooh, want to meet? So, you think, okay, let's see where this goes. I'll reply. I wouldn't mind meeting somebody that's forward. Bing pops up on the screen. You have to pay to reply. Okay, I'll pay to reply. It's $3. Bing. Hey, didn't I have 42 messages? Now I have none. What's going on? Deception, evil. And that's how they're sold, you know? Anyone can run a dating site. You don't even need people. But really, why would you go to Bob's Dating or seniors between 60 and 62 or Jewish Christians, all these specific dating sites? Why not just go to, I can't think of the name. What's the? Grinders for gay people, and what's the instant? It doesn't matter, you can't answer. Anyway, the point is, huge dating sites, unknown dating sites, and for some reason, I don't know why, they all ask you for 3 questions when you're going into the site. And you can answer anything, and they let you in. Will you rape these people? Yes. Do you want to get them pregnant without protection? Yes. Will you kill them? Yes. Okay, you're accepted. 3 questions every time. The other thing that frustrates me, all the sites basically are the same. They use the same software. You can buy it for WordPress and other formats, but mainly WordPress. The thing is, it would be so easy to change a few things and make those sites good dating sites. And one of the easiest things you can do is let them talk to each other and enforce verification videos in their profile. So, if I go on a dating site, instead of a list of, there are 47 women near you that want to hook up now, there are people that tell you that in their video. Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm working on a farm outside of Kamloops. Say hey. And a few more things, whatever. You fall in love. I can't tell you how awful some of the profile descriptions are. And a lot of women do not know which pictures to show. Woo! So, it's frustrating as hell because online dating is how people meet these days. It's also how they lose their money. Well, the men do. For some reason. Well, I know why. Women wouldn't go on the sites if they had to pay. Women don't like to pay for things that men will pay for. And that's fine. It's the way it worked out, so why not take advantage of it? I wouldn't respect people who say, I think all women should pay too. Maybe I would respect that. But if somebody else is not paying and you pay, are you a schmuck or are you a good citizen? Or both. I'll tell you, I met more people before the internet than since on that type of site. Before the internet, we had phone chat. And the guy still paid. But you call in, and 10 women give a description of what they're looking for and who they are, and show their personality in their voice. And then you talk to them, and fall in love. they still exist. People don't really use them much. I'm not sure the fake accounts there are real accounts, but they're on staff. So when you log on, there are 27 women in your local area. And 16 of them are the same ones that you remember hearing from a year ago. They're there every night, and they got the regulars, and they talk you up, because for every hour, they'll split the money with the business. But you know what? I didn't mind that. I don't mind paying for a good verbal conversation. Back in the early days when there were several of them, my favorite ones were not aimed at dating. That was secondary. They started conversations in a circle of next. They asked questions. I loved it. And I am excellent in 2-minute messages. Live chat, little anxious. In texts and messages on these websites, I type something and I send it. I know I'll never get a response. So I'm certainly not paying for those. I tried a couple. And then you see, gee, a lot of these women have facial features that look like they were probably taken off a Russian site. I don't know. I think when you're chatting with robots online and they say, "Whoa, where are you from?" They always ask you first. And then they ask for a picture. This is my favorite. On Instagram and actually on all my social media, I got a lot of photos. If somebody asks me for a photo, I think, oh, I'm going to be a fake profile in another country. So what people are learning is you don't need a dating site to meet people online. You need interaction. You need a way for people to show their personality in a non-poster board format, like TikTok and all the others. Forget what I was going to say. The problem is that TikTok, Instagram, Whisper, Facebook, and any of the others you choose that are not mainstream, filled with fake accounts too. Some of those fake accounts, their whole purpose is to get you to send them a photo. Because the photo you send is ideal for the need they have, which is to send that to someone else as if it's them. Sometimes it makes me laugh because there's a lot of famous porn stars claiming to be the girl next door. I don't understand. There are a lot of people in this world that don't expect fake. They expect sincerity. If they chat with you, they're going to assume that you're a real human because they haven't experienced that yet. I don't know how those people still exist, but they do in huge quantities. And it's too bad because a lot of them lose money and a lot of them lose faith and hope. I believe crimes against trust should be the harshest punishments of all. Because it's really hard for a society to exist when you assume the other person is lying. And we're seeing a lot of that right now. People don't trust the police, people don't trust the politicians, people don't trust the insurance companies. And the reason is, in some quantities, all of those people I mentioned lie. For profit, usually. It's amazing how simple some of those robots can be. And then some of them are real people, but they're housed together in a warehouse with 40 other people on the phone or on the computer. 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, whatever. It's India, I don't know how many hours a day they work. But these people working a job to put money on their family, to put food on their table, they have to adjust to being okay with destroying lives. There's a couple of documentaries on YouTube about these scam houses in India, and they know where they are, and they had cameras. And people are losing their life savings sometimes. I know somebody lost $65,000, and it was an obvious scam if they'd known about it. But the first time those things happen, we assume they're true. The funny thing is, the ones that are humans are the most fun, because you can tell they've got a script. And it's in a book, just like any tech support job. You say something that's a little less conventional, and there's a delay while they flip the pages. But the funny thing is, they've got some rules to always get back to the script. So you can tell these people, oh, it's okay, we can keep talking. My husband is not home right now. My computer's broken. I know that you're a scammer in India, and I've seen the documentaries of the building you work in. And they go, no. Sorry, I shouldn't do the Indian accent. It's considered offensive these days. Anyway, you can, outright accuse them and then say, okay, so what are you selling? And bam, they're right back in the script as if nothing happened. I can't comprehend that. If you're going to be a phone tech support scammer, a Windows scammer, whatever scammer you want to be, you got to know that most people by now don't believe it. So why don't they give up? There must be a rule in the textbook. You've got to be the last one to talk, because some of these people chatted me for months, even though I would tell them, well, I'm never buying from you. You're not real. And then I realized, yeah, okay, they're information gatherers. And even if I'm not buying from them, they're finding out things about the way we talk. There's a course that tech support people take, legitimate foreign tech support. And the course teaches them what football is, what the team is for every state, what the weather's likely to be for every state. So when they're talking to you, they can say, oh no, I'm not in India, I'm at the tech center down the street. And then they can talk about sports. And it's just so much deception built in that they have to accept, or they'll lose their job. Inconceivable. And I've never, in years of trying, got one to break and admit they're working out of a warehouse or homework. For an evil company. I'm on a chat tool called Whisper. I think it's old now. You might not be able to get it, but if you sign up, it's an anonymous tool. At least it was supposed to be. And if you sign up a little bit more, it gives it an age range and your location. So you see this on everyone who sends you a message. So the message is, I'm down for fun, but I charge. Bad grammar, same copy and paste for hundreds and hundreds of these messages. And it shows 7,943 miles away from here. They say they're local, can't get them to break. They eventually quit and move on. There was a trend there, still going occasionally, but for a while, huge, where people were saying, I'm looking for a sugar baby. No sex, I just want someone I can talk to every day. And I will pay you, blah, 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 per week. So many of these. You posted anything on Whisper, boom, it's replied automatically. So it's too fast for a human. The value changes because somebody else offered you $3,000 a week. I want $5,000 a week. Oh, well, I give $10,000 a week. And a car. So I followed one through because I was curious how they would get this money to me. And I said, you know what? I like chatting. I'll do it for free. But just to confirm you're real, send me $2. No, I said you're 500. No, I just want 2. Nope, can't do that. And then I said, well, why don't we chat a little bit first, because I'm a pretty smart guy and I'm well spoken. English is my first language. And you're a guy in India that doesn't know what pronouns are. And I just don't think we'd get along. Oh, that does not bother me. I said, well, it bothers me. Don't get me started. So, a lot of people are meeting off TikTok, and there's a lot of fakes there too. Now, I don't know why it doesn't upset the platforms more. Because you can't really call yourself a user-friendly platform if the first time I sign on, 50 women want to be my friend and they all called me handsome even though I don't have a profile pic. They're on a video platform like TikTok with no videos, and they want to text chat me. And after 3 text chats, they'll say, why don't we switch to Google Talk, which seems to be the popular choice for scammers in other countries. I thought it was discontinued, but. And I say, well, hold on. If you just want to text chat, do it here. I'm not loading a program just for you. No, we must do this. Okay. And there's 40 of them. Facebook friend requests from complete strangers with only men in their friends list, no mutual friends, and 2 posts. Barb has changed her profile pic. Barb has changed her profile pic. That's it. Barb joined 4 years ago. I'm not going to add you as a friend, Barb. And it would be so easy to crack down on things like that. I don't know why they don't. Because fake accounts means fake numbers and statistics and analytics. And a lot of those fake accounts may be wanting to friend me just so they look less fake, so that when they happen by coincidence to look at an ad 50,000 times, somebody's making money. And somebody's losing money. Trying to think. Are commenters usually real? There's less impact if they're not. You might get into a fight with a commenter, but it's short-lived, so I'm not sure. The commenters screw the analytics if they're fake on YouTube, but not in a huge way. If I have no sound, oh well. I talk to myself, I'll do it again. When I shut the camera off the other day, I discovered I was still talking for half an hour. And when I don't bring the camera down, I'll still talk to myself. I've always talked to myself. I'm 20. I'm a fake profile. So I'm going to create a section just for these kind of videos. I'm calling it Farm, Feed, and Philosophy, because I like alliteration. Yeah. Even if philosophy is, a PH word. So I got some complaints from commenters that like to complain, saying I'm doing it wrong. I said, no, I'm not doing it wrong. I'm doing it this way. Just because it's not the way your book says to do it. The last thing I want right now is 50,000 followers with a library of unedited, random talking crap. Because people will insult me and be mean. They have. But I'm building slowly. At some point, I'll just start all over again, and I'll care, and I'll edit hashtags, and I'll link and cross-link, and do all the things people do to get more than 25 followers. My most successful social media was Tumblr. I had over 4,000, mostly real people. And then Tumblr sent me an email saying, we deleted your account and it's all gone. You can't get in, you can't get to your contacts, you can't get to any of the links, you can't get to your content. That hurt for a long time. It especially hurt because my content went against community guidelines. Well, I went back to Tumblr and I tried to find one profile that didn't. It's very hard to find people posting on Tumblr without nudity, violence, sex, or drugs. Those are the core contents that people were using Tumblr for. And I never got warnings None of my content got that block that said content blocked. Just one day, somebody must have complained, and boom, they just, because all the others are still there. A lot worse than mine. I've never been nude online. I don't swear. Well, not much online. I'm funny. I was really hurt. Tried it a second time, didn't get to 400 followers before they deleted me. So I can't go back there. What the hell are community guidelines doing on social media websites? Because I go on social media websites. I have never once read a post about fishing. I don't go looking for posts about fishing. I have never read a post about sea turtles because I don't go looking. I hate those bastards. They took away our straws. Not personally, because sea turtles and straws have nothing to do with each other, but people want that material. It's what the internet does best. We might not be able to say twat, or I won't even say the other words in television, but it's so easy. Even Facebook could have a section with nudity. Maybe not Facebook, but certainly Instagram, Tumblr, all of the others can have sections that you have to click a button for. And then people say, well, my kids can click a button. Well, your kids have to get a credit card and click a button. And if they can do that, they can do it on any site. All those fake dating sites I'm telling you about. There is more nudity available to every citizen than ever before. I didn't really see much of it at all when I was young. My phone is drunk. So, damn, I wish I could post certain things, but more importantly, see certain things on the websites I'm already on. I'm gonna have to fix that, I think. It's the dancing phone. Yeah! Wrong side of the fence. I wonder why I was dancing like that. It's out of the light. Go into the light. So, maybe I'll ask AI what community guidelines are actually laws. So if I made a website, let's just say like Instagram or Tumblr, and I said, we don't have community guidelines here. We have be polite to people guidelines, but as far as content goes, we're more open than what I call Twitter. I think we should all call it Twitter. None of this X, formerly Twitter. That's just... Call it Twitter. I remember when the jet ski company, not jet ski, I remember when the rollerblade company, they invented rollerblades. They called them rollerblades. Other people invented inline skates. We all called them rollerblades. The rollerblade people were very upset. And for quite a few years, they spent good money stopping people from calling them rollerblades, even if they were rollerblades, but mainly if they weren't. Everybody calls them rollerblades still. It's a waste of time, waste of energy. When I was younger, I had a magazine that I wrote. One of the articles was continuing. I added to it in future versions. It was products we don't know are actually or started out as brand names. And there's a lot of them, and they're different for each country. You go to England, they ask you about hoovering. Unless you've been told, you probably wouldn't guess that's vacuuming. I don't remember all of them, but I do remember some surprising ones. Elevator, escalator, windbreaker, all brand names that gave up brand name status because everyone called all the products that. When I was younger, the song was, I am stuck on Band-Aid because Band-Aid stuck on me. They changed the song. I am stuck on Band-Aid brand because everyone was calling everyone Band-Aids. And the Band-Aid company would say, that's not a Band-Aid. It's not even close. There was another one I was thinking of just to say. Kleenex. Anyway. Yeah. I farted, and then the rooster went off. Warning the hens, there's a smell coming. Okay, let's finish this baby off. You know, once you start making videos and you talk, there's a lot to talk about. Oh. I wanted to do a series called I'm Old and I've Got an Opinion. Most of my grand ideas are big and include the ability for other people to use them, like Facebook. But, you know, you think, well, it's not that hard, just do this and this. I've already given up on day 2. But I keep trying. Keep attempting to find new things to do. And my fame, fortune, and success is ahead of me. Probably not. I just keep thinking of things to talk about, even doing up the gate. And yet, if you were here, whoever you are, I'd probably be silent. No. You get me talking, I can talk. It's starting that's the tough part. Anyhow, I think I got a call in the background, so I'm gonna shut down and finish up my chores, and then use an editing tool to chop this into interesting parts and make me famous.